Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session.
Hey, sweet friend. In today's episode, I will be talking with you about shame and guilt, specifically shame when it comes to with asking for help for your anger issues, for anger outbursts and explosions. And this is a very hard topic, and I've been praying over it because I hope I can say the right thing or something that might be helpful for you, because this is really hard. Reaching out for help when you are struggling is really hard for many of us, especially when it surrounds a topic or an issue that brings up a ton of shame. Feeling like you're the only one, that no one else is dealing with this, that you are the worst mom. My friend, this is what I want to talk to you about. So let's tune into this podcast episode. I also want to remind you that I actually have a really good training that I put together for you. If you go to the show notes and there's a next steps section, step number 1 is to watch the free training, or you can just go to endmomshame.com and it's going to lead you to a training that will walk you through how to break free from mom shame after you experienced an episode of rage. And it will give you a step-by-step process and will help you see things from a different lens and a different perspective. That training is so good. I promise you, it is totally worth watching. So go sign up and get access to it right away. Okay? So friend, friend, my beautiful mama friend, as I was outlining this podcast episode, and this morning I was praying about you as I was pacing in front of my driveway. I was having actually a rough morning today, and just mentally, emotionally, and spiritually feeling like I'm not making an impact, feeling like my message is not important, feeling like I'm failing at this entrepreneur thing, at this podcasting thing. I'm not, but I was just having those negative thoughts. And I know they were from the enemy because it felt like a spiritual attack. There was just negative thought after negative thought. And you know what it brings up? Feelings of feeling defeated and discouraged and feeling overwhelmed and all the negative feelings. And I was just feeling really down. And I recognized that. I caught myself. Thankfully, I didn't have anything scheduled on my schedule this morning. I was just home with my toddler, and I paused myself and I said to myself, okay, I'm feeling XYZ. How can I support myself right now? What can I do to help myself feel better in this moment? This is what I feel. This is why I feel it from these negative thoughts. What can I do to help myself feel better? And so the first thing I did was I did a physical thing. I washed my face, brushed my teeth, put on some makeup, did my hair, put on some clothes that made me feel pretty good. And all of a sudden, I felt a little bit better. And then the second thing I did right now, today is a beautiful day outside in Florida. It's February 9th as I'm recording it. But today is going to be in the 70s. And it was closer to 70 degrees. Beautiful, sunny. I'm really, truly grateful for that opportunity. And so I decided to step outside. I went outside. I was going to go on a walk, but then my toddler, if you listen to any of my episodes recently, she likes to throw tantrums. And so she wanted to be in my car. I'm like, okay, fine. So she was in my car playing with all the buttons, and I was literally just pacing in front of the driveway, 20 steps one way, 20 steps another way, just back and forth and just praying out loud. And I was praying and crying out to God. And because I had all these negative thoughts that were from the enemy that were just literally consuming me. Who are you to teach on this topic? You still make mistakes, you still mess up, you still have days where you overreact with your kids. Who are you to teach this? Just negative thought after negative thought. You're not succeeding. You're not getting anywhere. Nobody really cares. And I know that those things are not true. And it's so hard when you have that spiritual attack because the enemy makes you want to feel shame. He wants you to feel stuck. He wants you to feel hopeless. He wants you to feel disempowered. And that's not from the Lord. And so what I did was I messaged two of my close friends that are Christians, and I asked them to pray about me. And they literally did a voice message, literally praying over me. And so I'm so grateful for that. And they're both podcasters, and they understand this journey that I'm on, and they're both older than me, and I'm so grateful for this friendship because they can speak life over me and they have more experience, and I'm just truly grateful for that. And then I was just praying out loud. I was praying for you, I was praying for me, and I said, Lord, I know I'm called to this. I know I want to make an impact. Please direct my steps. Show me where I should go, what I need to do. And I just kept thinking about this message that I'm recording right now. And it's about feeling shame, about asking for help, needing help with an area of your life, and just feeling so much shame that you are the only one who's struggling with this. So, my friend, my question for you is, are you silently struggling? Are you silently struggling today? I kept thinking about you. I kept thinking about you closing yourself in the bathroom, falling on the floor and just crying because you just freaked out at your kids and you screamed with out of control anger and you slammed the doors and you maybe even physically hurt your kids because you felt so out of control. And you are just overcome by the feelings of remorse and shame that what kind of mom would ever do something like this? What kind of mom would say these things to her kids, especially a Christian mom? Maybe you were even having thoughts like, I'm not meant to be a mom. A good mom would never do this. If only people knew what kind of momster I am behind closed doors. No one can ever know about this. I wish I could just disappear. I'm terrible at this mom thing. I'm not even meant to do this. I'm the only one who struggles with this. No one else is dealing with this same thing. How do other moms do it? How do they have it all together? They're kind and loving all the time. What's wrong with me? I'm such a mess, overreacting over every little thing. My friend, and I was just praying over you because I just kept picturing you stuck in your bathroom, having your kids scream on the other side of the house calling for you, and you just having no energy to walk out there because you just feel so embarrassed and so much remorse for the way that you just treated your family. And so I want to speak to you in this podcast episode because my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. I've had moments like that in my motherhood where I overreacted horribly and I felt terrible as a mom. And I would go to the other part of the house and I would lock myself in the bathroom and I would sit on the floor and I would just cry. And I hated myself. I couldn't even tell my husband that I treated my kids like that because I felt so embarrassed, even though he's my safe person. I felt embarrassed in front of him that I treated my kids like that. And I had this thought on repeat in my mind. Nobody could ever know. Nobody could ever know what I just did, what I said. Like, who in the world would do something like that to their kids? There's just so much shame and remorse and just that feeling of shame. And shame is literally the strongest feelings. It's one of the strongest feelings out there. And it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings out there. And so bringing your issue that you're silently struggling behind closed doors in the open and actually telling somebody you're struggling with this and actually voicing it is extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And my friend, you are not the only one who feels this way. That is the lie from the enemy. He is telling you that you're the only one who has these issues. You're the only one who feels this way. No one else is doing this. And my friend, I promise you, you're not the only one. And I also promise you that there is hope for you and you can overcome and break this destructive, damaging pattern that you have in your life. So maybe you realize that you need help, but you feel shame for reaching out. It feels so embarrassing that you're dealing with this rage, especially as a Christian person. Maybe there are other moms in church who think you are such a good, godly example. They say, oh my gosh, you're such an amazing mom. How do you do it like this with your kids? And when you come home, it's like this switch. You're one person in church and you're a completely different person at home. And you hate that about yourself. You hate it. You know that's not who you want to be. It's not aligned with the person that God is calling you to be. You're hoping that your kids will never tell anyone what's actually happening at home. You hope that your neighbors cannot hear you screaming at your kids at the top of your lungs. You literally feel like you're a terrible human being for even experiencing these feelings. You also feel that you are alone and no one else is like you. Anger feels wrong. Anger feels sinful. Anger feels unsafe. Anger feels out of control. And this feeling of shame that no one can ever know and no one else is struggling with this, something is really wrong with you, is keeping you stuck exactly where you are. It's keeping you silent. You are trying to stuff that feeling of shame because it is so uncomfortable to face it. It literally feels unbearable to just even look at yourself. Maybe you even ask yourself, who am I? Why am I like this? And asking for help feels so embarrassing. You know you need it, but facing the shame feels way too hard. And it just continues to happen over and over and over again. My friend, sin lives in the darkness. An enemy is doing the best he can to speak lies over you and to keep you stuck exactly where you are right now. That's what he's doing. And he's been succeeding so far. The opposite of shame is vulnerability. So, in order for you to face shame and not hide from it, you need to be vulnerable. And that means you need to open up to someone who is safe and who will be able to understand what you're going through and is not going to judge you or put you down. So you need to open up to a safe individual. Christ is a safe individual. God is a safe individual and also a safe person in your life. So in order for us to face shame and get it out of the closet, that big monster, we need to be vulnerable. And that is the opposite of shame, vulnerability. So I have 3 questions that I want to ask you. I had something really similar. I had 2 of them my therapist actually asked me when I was feeling stuck in my life and just I knew I needed to make some changes and they felt scary and uncomfortable and out of my comfort zone. And she asked me the second and the third question. But the first one is I remember I asked someone else that was going through a really, really hard marital situation, a friend of mine, and she kept minimizing how hard things were. And one of the things I asked her, I said, how bad do things need to get in order for you to get help? How bad do things need to get in your relationship in order for you to get help for what you're going through right now in this marital circumstance? So that's the question number 1. For you, my friend, how bad do things need to get in order for you to get help for these anger outbursts, these out of control anger outbursts that are happening every single day? Number 2, if nothing changes, are you willing to live like this for the rest of your life? Because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. If we want change, we need to do something different, right? So if nothing changes, this is the first question my therapist asked me a long time ago. Are you willing to live like this for the rest of your life? And my answer to my therapist was, I probably could, but I know I don't want to. And then came her second question that I'm going to ask you, because I know you don't want to live like this for the rest of your life. What are you willing to do about it? Because you need to do something different. So what are you willing to do about it? Speaking up, asking for help, reaching out, sharing with someone what you're going through feels scary. So scary. So unsafe. You might feel anxiety. So extremely uncomfortable. Believe me, I know. But I need you to understand that you will never shame yourself into becoming a better mom. The enemy will never shame you into becoming a woman of God who is a positive example for her family. Shame is not going to get you there. Shame is going to keep you stuck exactly where you're at right now. It keeps you stuck in a dark hole. It's stuck in this anger, constant anger, and it keeps you stuck feeling hopeless. My friend, but God has hope for you, right? He sent Jesus to die on the cross for your sins, and He has an abundant life prepared for you. He has hope for you. First of all, He gifted you these children to be their mom. He literally chose you out of all the women in the world to be these children's mom. It was a gift given to you, okay? To raise them, to impact them, to influence them, to guide them, to mentor them, to teach them. You have such a valuable role. You are their biggest influence in their life. And if you're struggling, it impacts them too. So if you are afraid to get help for yourself, shift your perspective. I'm doing this for my kids. I need to do this. I'm choosing to do this for my kids. Okay? You can make changes. With God's help, you can make changes, and it will require you to take some scary steps and to be vulnerable enough to admit that you are struggling with anger. And I want that phrase to stick in your mind. Not, I am an angry mom. I feel angry and I struggle with feeling angry. And I need support dealing with this. So instead of saying, I am an angry mom, that's not who you are. That's what the enemy wants you to think, that this is who you are and you identify as that and that you're stuck in that. I want to let you know that you're feeling angry and you're struggling with feeling angry often. And there's hope for you. Here's another question that I actually ask every mom that gets on a call with me, on a consultation call with me, if she's interested in working with me in a further capacity. And one of the questions that I ask her is, what will happen 5 years from now if nothing changes? What will happen 5 years from now in your relationships with your kids, with your spouse, with yourself, if nothing changes? So I want you to think about that. What will happen 5 years from now if nothing changes? Oftentimes when I ask that question, the mom starts crying. And she says something along the lines that I will get divorced, I will be alone, my family will fall apart, I won't have a relationship with my kids won't come to me when they're having a hard time, they're not going to want to be around me, I will hate myself. Oftentimes that's what they're thinking and that's what they're saying. And so, is it worth it to face that shame? That scary feeling of shame, that monster in the closet that is from the enemy. Is it worth facing it? It is. And once you do, when you actually face it, when you bring this into the light with safe people, you will feel so much lighter. God can help you through this. I can also support you, my friend. I actually have a 12-week coaching program specifically for you. It's a very intimate, close coaching relationship. And we work very closely together. You have access to me Monday through Friday. I am guiding you, mentoring you through this. I'm supporting you. I'm praying over you. We have weekly coaching calls. And then Monday through Friday, I check in with you, see how you're doing. If you're implementing what we're learning, guiding you, supporting you through any of the hiccups that you come up through during your day. My friend, I'm here with you every step of the way. And the program is risk-free, like literally risk-free. You either make progress towards your goals that you set for yourself, or you can get a full refund at the end. My friend, I want to let you know that there is hope for you. If you want support, and if this is something that you're interested in, please reach out to me. In the show notes, there's a link for you to book a call with me. A consultation call, it's completely free. We get on this call and you and I can talk about how I can support you on this journey. If you're actually ready to take the steps and actually do something about this anger monster that is literally controlling you and your actions, and you're ready to break free from that and break the generational patterns and cultivate a peace and calm, and cultivate a peaceful and calm home, my friend, then I want to invite you to take the next step and book this call with me. And I cannot wait to connect with you and chat with you. Before I let you go, I want to say a prayer over you. Dear Jesus, dear Heavenly Father, you see the heart of this mama. You see how much she's struggling. This silent struggle that only her kids see, and maybe her husband, that brings up so much shame and guilt and just remorse, and the lies from the enemy just keep her stuck in this loop. She wants to change, she just doesn't know how and where to start. And she feels helpless, Lord. I pray that you just give her the strength and encourage her and uplift her and wrap your arms around her. Help her see that there is hope with you, Christ. Lord, that you are capable of changing her heart and changing her life, and that the enemy has no grip on her life, and that you're capable of transforming her life. Help her see that hope and give her the strength to reach out for the help that she needs wherever she reaches out, Lord. I pray that you help her face these uncomfortable feelings and help her grow into the mama that you are calling her to be for her family. I pray this in your name. Amen. Okay, I want to share with you quickly one of my favorite Amazon products, because I add this at the end of every episode, and that is a summer dress. I bought this last year when we went to Florida. We live in Florida, but at a different part of Florida with my family that came down for the summer, my siblings and their kids, and it's a cute summer dress. They have multiple different colors. It just feels light. I like it. It fits well, so I think you're going to like it, and I'm going to link it in the show notes, and enjoy. I just want to say enjoy. You're welcome. And my friend, if you found this episode helpful in any way, shape, or form, would you please share it with a friend? I know this is a really hard one to share with a friend, but if you have a friend that ever opened up to you that she is struggling with something like this, please share it with her. I hope you found some value in this. I'll see you in the next episode. And until next time, friend.
Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.